welcome. This is our weekly reading for October 7th through October 13th, 2016. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We are all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing. So see what feels right for you. It could be one sign that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody involved in the situation and so on. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave, preparing for the wave, crashing into the wave, riding that wave, or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video with me if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, check out the links that I provide below. Show your love and support to the artists and musicians and see if you find some further signs and symbols for this reading for you. All right, thank you guys, and I'll see you in a moment. Hi Taurus, welcome. This is our weekly reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Inquiring for October 7th through the 13th, 2016. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels and energies of love have for Taurus for the highest and greatest good of all. One card for focus, clarity and understanding the energies this week, and wisdom to ride these energies best. One card for Taurus, October 7th through the 13th. Three of Wands, the Three of Rods. So creation of your soul. I hear completion, but maybe this brings you towards the completion, the start the ball rolling. I see wheels spinning, things turning. She has a magnifying glass. So you're either expanding an idea. I feel like it's inspiration. You know, it's ideas. Yeah, it's ideas. It's something that's inspiring you to look out, to maybe to study something, you know, to make a map of something, to see the bigger picture in something, to take your focus and expand it out for others to see, for you to see. I almost see like a projector, you know, like putting all of your, like almost like somebody who does a painting or tracing or something like that, projects it huge onto something and does like a mural, something like that. But maybe you're thinking about projecting something out there, putting it out on the internet, putting your work out there. I feel like there's also a detail inspection to this, you know, like she's also looking at the smaller perspective, the more detailed perspective, his, you know, more detailed perspective, maybe the details, the design, the numbers. Yeah, I see like designing, something you're designing and creating, maybe even on the computer, and then projecting it onto a wall and making it a painting, something like that, or getting to the details of something, reading the small print, making sure you read the small print when it involves, you know, something you're creating. Maybe make sure you have all your supplies first, you know, gather all the things you need in one space before you start so the creation process goes smoothly. I feel like there's ideas here, and I feel like, you know, the dandelions in his or her awesome big hair is like this, you know, like there's a lot of brain activity going on. There's a lot of passion going on, like inside of your soul, and it's like coming out through your hair kind of thing. Not that you necessarily have red hair, but maybe somebody around you, you know, with red hair or, you know, a passionate energy that you're working well with or you work with. I feel like when you have the Three of Wands, you work with others. You use your talents. You use your abilities. You use your skills, you know, to help yourself. And I feel like they're also helpful to others, for others, with others. And maybe there's others who have different energies that can help. Like, you know, I see like your energy going out, you know, almost like a Ferris wheel, but letting things off every time it goes around. Or like, I don't know, like those that's really weird. Those bagel machines that you see in a deli to toast the bagels. So they do a bunch of bagels at once, and you put the, I know I probably say bagel, if that's a thing. I think the bagel accent's a thing. Maybe that's a thing, your accent, how you say bagel, you know, but I see a bunch of bagels going into a machine and getting toasted and being dropped off. You know, like your ideas are going off and like, you know, you're baking them, you're making them solid, you're making them flavorful, you're having that essence, that smell go out and everybody be attracted to that smell and come in. And it's like, they also have something to provide for you, but it's not the same thing as you, but they want to like put something, it's like they want to put a dressing on your bagel. You know, they have the cream cheese and you have the bread. Something like that, and working together puts them in the machine and starts this creative prop. That was such a weird diversion on this card, Taurus. I'm sort of glad I thought of it though. I hope that's helpful to you guys. I hope that makes sense to what you're creating, what you're pursuing, what you're making, what you're toasting up, you know, what you're baking. And I feel like there's extras, you know, there's that icing on the cake that you're waiting to put on. You're waiting to find the right icing, the right ingredient, that secret ingredient to make it just perfect, you know, and make everything flow, you know, like a convention belt, you know, something like that. But I feel like there's seeds with this. You're planting seeds with those dandelions, those ideas. They flourish, they go out and they spread out and they find a place and they grow. And, you know, that idea grows somewhere else and prospers somewhere else. So I see maybe like merchandising even, something like that, something you make and you send it out there. But I feel like it's fueled by spirit with this purple, like the universe is behind you, you know, like this idea is going to just be like the wind, you know, go out like the wind, but you need to look at the details before you start to get the ball rolling or to get the ball rolling. I feel like you're gathering a lot of your supplies, putting everything together, getting it ready, and it's a smooth journey. And I feel like it starts smooth and other people sort of like wind, like this, you know, everything sort of comes together at this beautiful vortex point where you just create something new. It's like a vortex point of spiritual energy and like inspiration, like just those ideas. Like when you get a title for something in your mind, write it down, don't forget it, you know, write that down, make a note or something. Or you get lyrics to a song, something like that. That just gave me chills. So maybe you're out and about and you hear something, or you focus in on something, or you hear, you know, something that brings you something small, like just a phrase, but that phrase can make a whole song, can make a whole story, a whole novel, a whole series of novels, something like that. And it just starts to swirl and move. Once you have that one phrase, that one something small and simple and meaningful to you, something that feels right in your gut, like you feel like you get that idea, like, oh, I should write this down, that idea, write it down, and don't forget it, maybe put them all in one place, and gather your thoughts there. And I see like a map or design or something, and putting the bigger picture out there for that to grow. I hope what I just said made sense. I'm not exactly sure where I went with this card for you, Taurus, but I feel like it's involving you, your talents, your skills, you know, what you're good at. You're like holding up a magnifying glass to your talents, you know, your ideas, your inspirations, your art, something like that. And I feel like you have skills that are just here, ready to work with. Tools you're ready to work with, ideas you're already ready to work with, people you're already ready to work with. Somehow they're standing there right for you, right beside you, right next to you, you know, right next to you somewhere. And that's what you need to look at. It was there the whole time. You just needed to change your focus or zoom in on something, or, you know, look at something falling back, like the bigger picture, something like that, Taurus. I hope that made sense. I'm going to go to the Enchanted Map Oracle cards for Taurus. And let's get another card. More focus on the Three of Batons. I also feel like you're exposing something. You're exposing yourself. You're being open with yourself, truthful with yourself. Your naked, you know, passionate self here. All right, let's get another card for Taurus, for creativity. Like, I feel like it's pure creativity and tapping into the now of those inspirations and grabbing them in spirit and, you know, looking at that, studying it, and knowing how you can project that farther. It's like you're grabbing little ideas, little sparks or something like that. And planting them, like planting these little lights. All right, one card for Taurus. Peaks of joy. So maybe that's that spark, those peaks, those like things that you see and you're like leaping up to grab it. And like, I feel like there's definitely excitement involved, Taurus, for you. Like 33 is a gateway, you know, it's a gateway number. It's a master number. It's an important number. It holds extra value to the 3, you know, which is already creativity. So you have a 3, a 3, a 3, you know, you have so much creative energy. Maybe there's 3 people who can work together, 3 ideas you can put together, 3 years, 3 weeks, 3 days to get something together, 3 hours, you know, 3 minutes. Maybe it's something like the 3-minute way to do blah, 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 or the top 3 blah, 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 like that thing, like short and sweet. Peaks of joy. And I see this butterfly here, you know, like this butterfly had no idea it'd be flying on top of the world when it was crawling around as a caterpillar. You know, and then it had that dark, weird moment inside the cocoon where all the juices just mush into one, you know, each other, and you don't know what it is. It's just a big blob, you know, like the blob. And then those little cells come together and create something just brand new that can fly, you know? You didn't expect to fly here. You didn't expect this idea to take off, to do it, to be the start, to be that leap, to be that thing that gets you going. I feel like you're on top of the world, on top of the clouds. Like it's not even seeing things clearly here. It's like bursting through and you're making it happen. I feel like there's so much joy. Like she's singing and laughing and perhaps like, you know, like cry laughing when you're really happy and don't understand why you're crying, like that kind of thing. Like maybe I just thought of orgasm. I don't know why, but I'm going to say it because I thought of it. But maybe like that peak, that moment, that release, you know, something that you have been waiting to build up, waiting to see. You can see the build up. You can feel it. You're with it for the ride. And then you just get to that point where you're up and you're like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for the whole time. So it's that peak. Look for where you feel that peak, that release, that burst, Taurus. It's coming this week. Something special for you to get your ball rolling, to get those creative juices flowing, you know, to springboard you up. I feel like beyond the clouds, like into the universe, into the world, into, yeah. I hear community. I'm not sure why, but I feel like you're sort of on your own here. you know, like you're ready to work, you're ready to do whatever you choose. I feel like for some of you, you might, you know, be doing something that just jumped. That just jumped. I didn't expect the jumper, so I'll pull another one that was sort of quick. It's not that I don't expect the jumpers. It's just sometimes they come faster than I was paying attention to the cards kind of thing. So that's the King of Water, Taurus. So let's keep the King of Water, or I'm sorry, the Knight of Water. And I'm getting, well, that's definitely someone who would enjoy this peak of joy. That's definitely something emotional. That's definitely something romantic. So it could be, I was going to say you working alone, but maybe you just feel elevated and like you can choose, you know, to finally work together with whom you choose kind of thing. This could be someone coming in your world that's a water sign, like a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. You know, you get along with, you feel excited to work with, start a new relationship with, maybe like a working / love relationship. Like, you know, you sort of have something going and the person you start to date or meet also has some advice and like ideas for you to work well with somehow together. Somebody emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. I feel like he's truthful. He's holding this like sword of light and he's almost like a little, he has a little like wing, like flippers, you know, here, like almost like a seahorse. So I would say he's balanced in his masculine and feminine, or she is, because a knight can be like, you know, you excited about moving towards something, getting on board with something, you know, starting something. Wait, hold on, that was too many. I need one card for Taurus. It's falling in love with something, Taurus. Wedding proposals, the need to balance, you know, your emotions. But it's also like an invitation to a social event, you know, so that could be like where you come up with this idea, what this idea is about. Maybe it's about invitations or actually about social events somehow. I feel like there's a message with this Knight of Water in particular on where to go that brings you to this peak. You know, it makes you start to inspect something, to look at something more detailed, to really get on board with something, whether he's on board with you or not, or she's on board with you or not, or just sort of like gets you going on something, on what you're into. I feel like it creates you to look into something. It gives you some kind of new start with something. I feel like getting on board. That's what I hear. So I'm going to pull another card for Taurus to sum this reading up for the week. Get more clarity for Taurus on the Knight of Water. I'm focused on the romantic part, you know, and contemplative, so dreamy, you know. He or she looks like they're really looking at something, really thinking about something, or coming from thinking about something, contemplating something. But I feel like here, you know, you're ready. You're ready to ride the wave here. Somebody's ready to ride a wave. You know, they had the sombrero, the hat on, and it fell off on their weird, awesome dolphin ride through the waves. So, there's a lot of energy in this card. All right, let's get, it's like, you know, the knight in shining armor on the horse, but it's like a seahorse mermaid dude with a sombrero and a sword on a dolphin. Such a different image in my mind than the typical Knight of Hearts or Knight of Water. It's beautiful. And that's a jumper. And that was the Hermit. So 9 is the Hermit. It could also be a Virgo, but I feel like it's an earthy energy. So maybe this is you. Maybe you were on your own for a while and also there's something riding into your world, you know, or you're taking that ride after this introspection. I feel like this was a time when you had to go inside of yourself. Maybe this time here, you know, maybe you were looking inside of yourself here and not outside of yourself for that answer. You know, if it was about love, passion, joy, you know, what brings you joy? Maybe you found a way to go inside first and turn on your own light. I feel like this person has like found your light somehow, Taurus. You know, but first it took you finding your light, you turning your light on, you grabbing these peaks of joy, those ideas, those, you know, if you feel like going somewhere, going to the store even, you know, getting dressed up and calling a friend, do it. If you get an invitation to go out, I feel like you should do it. You know, spread your wings, you know, dive into the waves a little bit. I feel like there's something beautiful coming. Whether it's an idea, I feel like you're getting on board with this wave and it's going to move you, you know? So maybe you have to go inside yourself first. For some Taurus, you know, it starts with this, you know, turning on your own light first. Self-discovery, spiritual teaching, quiet meditation. This is Archangel Raziel, but it's completion. And I feel like that's the 9. You know, you have the 3, and the 3 equals this completion, this 9, you know, this new start. But maybe it started with you going inside of yourself, going on a walk, going on a journey on your own first, you know, so you can really know who you are, know yourself. So, you know, you can see around you, you can see inside of you. And you guide others to do the same, to be okay with being who they are, finding their own light. You know, I feel like maybe sometimes you need just time alone to decide something, to work something out. And I feel like this is going to come pretty fast. You know, it's going to be something you want, something you desire. So maybe, you know, after this idea comes, then the time comes to go inside and see how this all plans out for you. That's when you need to look at the details and see how this amazing experience, opportunity, relationship start is going to magnify beautiful love into your future, Taurus. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.